Okay, welcome back YouTube. Last off, we just cooked a bunch of moose meat. In addition to cooking a bunch of moose meat, we also replaced our bow, so we now have a bow again. We're on bow number 2.
Tongue feels like...
I may hang out here for a bit and do some arrow crafting, just to not have to wander around in the blizzard here. I'm not in a rush to get anywhere in particular.
Too heavy.
We have a bow. Still got those 6 old arrows. Ooh, okay, so that's actually an important thing to recognize, is I've just received cabin fever risk again. Which probably means I need to spend more time outside. Which means I would kindly request this blizzard go away, please. How bad is the cabin fever risk? 40%? Yeesh. It's coming on hard, it's coming on fast. Okay, sounds like the blizzard's gone. Yep, blizzard's gone. Not necessarily the warmest, but definitely a lot clearer. Okay. Carrying capacity is a little heavier than I would like it to be. Because it's going to be a little bit in the way of mass gathering up fuel. Seeing as I've got impending cabin fever risk, and I am sort of uncomfortably low on oil, fishing oil, I think it's time to go for a fishing trip. You're on lantern oil. Comfortably low on lantern oil, so time to go for a fishing trip. So that probably means I don't have any tackle with me, so that probably means going back out Coastal Highway, go out to our fishing spot before to do the fishing. Memory serves, we did have quite a bit of fuel pre-positioned out there, so it shouldn't be that bad. All we gotta do is stop by the garage to pick up our... I forget how many things the fishing tackle had set up, but multiple fishing tackle and multiple tip-ups. Which should actually help us be a bit more efficient time-wise with fishing. We'd probably already be cold if I didn't have a double bear coat. So the bear coat is definitely being very useful here with keeping us warm. doing a quick time of day check. It's early night, so even though it looks really bright, apparently this is just dusk.
Can't feel my feet.
So it's already too late to try to start a fire using the magnifying lens. A little bit of sprinting here to avoid condition damage. And at the same time, I can take a very short rest in the cabin to warm up.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Often don't necessarily mind losing first little bit of condition when I have well fed, because it's something that I can always lose accidentally by not keeping the character fed. But if I can, I often like to not lose much more than that. When I'm not going to spend long periods sleeping. And because of the cabin fever risk we've developed, I'd prefer not to spend a lot of time sleeping right now. Sleeping 1 hour here should be enough to get us fully warm. And it was. Yeah, we got cabin fever risk. It's up to 67%. So we do need to keep the amount of time we spend indoors really low if I don't want to have it trigger. Really, I don't necessarily mind it triggering if it's triggered right before we're going to do the fishing trip. Because I'll definitely spend more than 24 hours outside it during the fishing trip. But I would prefer it not to trigger before then, in case we get something like a blizzard or something that makes it uncomfortable to go out and start fishing. Because I'd much prefer to do the fishing trip on my terms, not on its terms. On the... Well, yeah, I like to do the fishing trip on my terms and not necessarily forced to by the cabin fever. Oh, looks like the weather has gotten real agreeable. Visual quality is going down, but for point-to-point walking, that's not bad. Roughly have an idea where wolves and stuff will be. Ooh, another birch bark. Oops, usually walk along the ridge a little longer than I did. Came down a bit early this time. Okay, one of the wolves have detected us. It's on our left. So we should be able to safely walk through without it being a problem. As long as I walk with determination. Yeah, so now it's behind us. It probably aggroed as much on us as it did, because I am carrying one piece of moose meat. Okay, so it's a decent way back.
My fingers feel numb.
You can just about see the glint of its green eyes in the back there. Got spooked by the second wolf. We should be fine. Take a quick sprint here, both to reduce the likelihood we get significant cold damage and just to get away from the wolf. And take the moment to warm up in the first cave here in the ravine. Sorry for those who had to deal with the fact that I believe up until now I've been mislabeling the ravine as the canyon in the YouTube descriptions. It is in fact the ravine, and I just, whenever I've been writing the YouTube descriptions, I've been forgetting that. I suppose you would use canyon as an alternative word for ravine, but the game calls it the ravine, so I should call it the ravine to avoid confusion. This wouldn't be a bad place to linger for a bit if I wanted to hunt the deer, because last I checked the deer had respawned. So I'm actually thinking about it, I should also gather this birch saplings so that we have more saplings later to make arrows out of. So in the bed, apparently I have a whole 98 degrees warm in here. I'm surprised I'm that warm. Granted, the weather isn't that bad. And I got a nice bedroll and... Okay, apparently even in the blizzard... Okay, it's getting colder. It might not stay that warm in here in the blizzard, but even in the blizzard, apparently we are warm. well, the deer obviously isn't up in the blizzard. So we'll continue the trip towards Coastal Highway, in case the blizzard gets too bad to the point where we can't stay in the cave. So again, we'll probably stop in the next cave to warm up there.
So cold in my life.
Yeah, there's something I haven't checked in a while, and that is I haven't checked what day we're on yet. That might be an interesting thing to take note of. So I'll check that when we get in the next cave. In the cave, and apparently we are warm in this cave. How warm? I don't know. 9 degrees warm in the cave. Should be safe enough at 9 degrees to sleep for an hour. Our character could make use of some sleep. So it may make sense to try to sleep the blizzard away in the cave here. So I'm going to sleep a couple times, 1 hour at a time, until either the blizzard goes away, or the temperature drops too low. Because I really don't want to go over the trestle if I can avoid it in the blizzard. Sounds like the blizzard might have gone away. Yeah, the blizzard has gone away. Doesn't mean it's gotten much warmer, but the blizzard is now gone. Don't worry, bunnies, I'm not hunting you today. Oh, I forgot to check. I'm going to check what the game day is. 58. So the world, in theory, if my understanding of Interloper is correct, is as cold as it's gonna get. Now, we don't have necessarily best in slot everywhere, right? So, bear coat is probably, well, other than discounting the warmth per weight, is probably best in slot for the jacket slots. Similar sort of argument for the deer pants. For the exterior, it's definitely the best if you exclude weight in the calculation. We've got deer boots, which are probably up there. We got gloves, we got hat.
Need to find some place to
I think the main thing we're looking for is we got one pair of long johns we can find to fill the empty slot. And technically the long johns we have is not best in slot, it's like second best in slot. So technically we could find 2 pairs of long johns. That would be better than what we have.
Too cold to think.
And then same thing with the socks. Well, I've got 2 pairs of socks, but I think I have second best in slot. I think there's still technically 1 class of sock better than what I've got right now. Ear warmers, once they added the ptarmigans, the ptarmigan improvised down warmer is the best for auxiliary slot warming. Though, of course, it's made of ptarmigan fluff, so ptarmigan fluff takes quite a while in-game time to extract from the ptarmigan. And as you can see, while ptarmigans are reasonably common in the world, they're not always up. They're not often up when you want them to be. And I'm also not the best shot at shooting things quite so small. And they're the sort of thing that if you miss them too many times, they tend to run away. Thinking of stopping at the mine first, as that'll give us the opportunity to pick up more fuel. Not that we necessarily need more coal fuel, but... And then we go mine to the garage, garage to the fishing spot. And then depending on the weather, we either start fishing or we start gathering excess fuel. I don't know if the coal along the railroad tracks respawn, which is why I'm not picking it up. I don't need it right now. I'm going to go to the coal mine where the coal does respawn. And if you're not in a rush, I usually tend to leave the non-renewable resources behind so that they're in emergencies. And try to make do with the renewable stuff in the meantime. Take a little bit of a shortcut to minimize the damage we're taking. I'm going to take a slight 1 hour nap in the cabin here, the trailer cabin, to warm up. That way we stop taking condition damage as we finish the trip over to the coal mine. I am quite armed with a good 10 arrows, though. Memory serves, the very first arrow I twang into something is going to break. I think arrows, if you hit you hit an animal with an arrow, it takes like 20% damage. While miss does less, depending on how you miss. So that means every arrow can, in theory, if you were a perfect shooter, I think score you 5 kills.
Thank goodness. Made it through another night.
It is overcast, so no free magnifying lens fire. This is the switch, the not switch back that takes me up the way I want to go. Memory serves. Search 2, right? Yep.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Alright, I think if I continue heading up towards the mine, I won't quite get there without taking any damage. I'm going to step in here for a moment and warm up a bit. Okay, sharpen the thing up. Trying to figure out if there's anything else worth messing with while we're here. Oh, I'm watching it actively fill up because of how warm it is in here for us. Yeah, it's only -1 degree in here with our 24 degrees of warmth from our clothes. Oh, I'm out of cloth. Okay, well, we're probably warm enough now to make it the rest of the way up to the coal mine. I'll probably put the section break for you two once we get to the coal mine. We'll probably load up on 5 to 10 kilograms of coal. And then head down to the garage. Well, we'll trade some of that coal at the garage for our fishing gear. And then go out to do fishing to both get rid of the cabin fever and hopefully generate a bunch of oil. Because I'm disappointed in how low the lantern oil's getting in the lantern. here's the coal mine. I'll catch you next time, YouTube.